Okay, so let us go ahead and implement our getValidCategory function. Remember our flowchart. Here is our flowchart. We are going to use do while loop. Feel free to use any loop. All loops are perfect. They are fine. Be flexible, okay? The good thing about being a programmer is the ability to be flexible. So be flexible. Understand and be flexible. So let us use this one. All right. So we are going to say do because that is the loop we want to use. So do, and then we are going to say what we want to do. All right. So we are going to say get valid category. Of course, does this function need any input for it to be able to do its task? No, it does not need any input. Okay, you don't need to pass any input to it. It will prompt the user to enter the category. So it in itself, it won't need any input for it to be able to do its task. Okay. However, when it completes its work, it will return the category. Okay, and the data type of the category is character because it is just returning R or C or I. So we're going to write char. Okay, right. Now here we are going to say do. What do you want to do? You're going to display enter the category, enter your category. You see, enter your category. So you're going to give him a hint. Okay, R means residential, okay. C means commercial, and I means industrial. You get my point? Yeah. So once the user reads this, he is going to enter a category. All right. And sometimes if you see the sentence is too long, maybe you are free to like put here like this, and then you drop it down. But here, don't put a semicolon here. Okay. Instead, come here, and then you put that there. Okay. And then you put this here. You get my point? And then you put your semicolon here. You see? And since you did not put a new line here, you did not put /n here, so it means this is just going to be on one line. Okay, so enter your category, and then there is a space there, and then you're going to see these words. Okay, yeah. And so from there now you're going to declare a variable to store that category. So the correct data type for my variable is going to be char. Okay, and then I'm going to store that category. Okay, so I'm going to store that category. Let me just call it CAT, or you can call it C if you want, and any name that makes sense to you. All right. And then from there, when the user enters a value, you take it and put it in your allocated memory. Okay. And then what do? You check your condition. While what the user, if you're forgotten, you can always go back to your flowchart and check. Okay. Yes, you see, we have prompted the user to enter the category. We have saved it, but we have forgotten to convert it to uppercase. Okay. So that's why flowcharts are very important, guys. They will always help you. All right. So let us convert that to uppercase. So we are going to say to upper that category. Okay. And then this function will return the uppercase of that category, and then we're going to put it back to the same memory. Okay. And then once we finish that, what next? This is the point where we put our condition now. You see, this is the point where we put our condition. So if the category is not equal to R, and the category is not equal to C, and the category is not equal to I. Okay, and then you put a semicolon. All right. Yeah. So the symbol for AND is on your keyboard. Okay, it is the ampersand symbol. Don't confuse it with the $sign symbol. Okay, yeah, this is called the ampersand symbol. So make sure you don't confuse it with the $sign symbol. If you put a $sign, you will get a syntax error. Okay, and they have to be two. They have to be double like this. They have to be double. All right. So you can see here we have declared this variable inside the do brackets, so we cannot be able to use it outside the do brackets. You get my point? So let us put it here. Okay. Let us put it here. Let us put it here. All right. Now, once the loop terminates, it means the user finally entered a correct category, which is either R or C or I. At that particular point, we just want to return, okay, even the flowchart here will show you, at that particular point, we just want to return that category, okay? We just want to return our variable. All right, and you can see we are all ready. We can even test this function to see that it is working correctly. So let us test it. Let us test it. Let us come to the main function here. Let us call our function. The name of our function is getValidCategory, and it does not need any inputs for it to do its work. Okay, I know this function is actually returning a value, but I'm not using that value right now, so I'm just calling the function. Okay, I'm not interested in the value being returned for now. All right, so let's call it and see if it is prompting us for the category. Okay, so let's run that. Wow, it is prompting. Enter your category. Wow, let me enter a wrong category. Let me enter maybe D. Okay, wow, it is prompting us again, so it is working great. Let me enter maybe F or H. Wow, it's prompting us again. Okay, let me enter a correct category. Maybe let me enter C. Perfect, it stops right there. Great, guys, it's working perfect. Okay, we have finished implementing the getValidCategory subtask. Let's head over to the next video where we now call all of these functions from all of these functions that we have created. Let us head over to the next video and we will see how to call them from within the main function so that now our program can now work. Okay, thank you for listening.